Today I'll be reading a few inspirational quotes. Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. Bruce Lee. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Author Ash. Make the best of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Epictetus. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. Herman Hesse. And last but not least, try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Maya Angelou.
I found this Wednesday, just happened to bump into it on Facebook, written by Anita Morjani. Some of you may know who she is. She's had a near death experience a number of years ago and was very, very connected to the spirit world during her time in her near death experience. And what she wrote, I kind of paraphrased, and it resonated for me, and I thought I would want to share it with all of us here today and on Zoom. Okay. Recently, I've become aware of the energy around me because it feels heavier than it's ever felt before. People are carrying pain, exhaustion, and a lot of grief. I notice it in conversations. I overhear it at cafes. I feel it when I walk through the grocery store. There's so much fear in the collective we all share. And rather than judging it or trying to fix it, I've been sitting with one simple truth. The world is asking for love. The kind that is simply grounded, embodied, steady. When you soften your body, breathe with compassion, and choose kindness toward yourself, you send a ripple far beyond what you can see. So today I invite you to consider a gentle commitment to consciously send your love and healing into the world. You might imagine light moving through your heart and outward into the collective. You might silently bless the people you pass. You might sit quietly and hold the intention, may all beings feel supported, safe, and loved. There's no right way to do this. There is only sincerity. You don't need to drain yourself to uplift others. In fact, the most powerful energy you can offer is one that is grounded, nourished, and at peace. When you care for yourself, you raise the frequency of everything you touch. This is how healing spreads. This is how love moves, quietly, naturally, effortlessly. Thank you for being part of this shared field of consciousness. You can be a force of healing simply by embodying love.
With that song, Be Still, to me, the ultimate example of what we're talking about today, which is intention, gratitude, and healing and stillness within ourselves, is the group of Buddhist monks who are currently walking through the United States. They started back in October, I believe it was October, in Texas, and they are now in Virginia and moving towards Washington. Not in protest, not in defiance, not in anger, but in the stillness of who they are. Each step that they make with intention. Each step that they make in gratitude. It is a walking meditation for 2,000 miles. every day, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether I think when they started out, there was a lot of heat coming out of Texas, whether it is ice, they walk and they walk with intent. They walk with courage and they walk in understanding. And I think the takeaway that I've gotten from watching, and I don't watch this every day, I hear a little bit about it, and every once in a while I'll tune in a little bit more on it. But what my takeaway on that is that peace, because this is a walk for peace. Peace starts within us. It starts within every one of us. You don't need to be a Buddhist monk walking 2,000 miles, but they are the example right now of peace starting within us. Peace starting every step that we take. And if we take those steps with the intention of being in peace, the intention of being in gratitude for what you have, whether it's somebody handing you a flower or somebody giving you a hug or somebody saying, hey, can I take that burden on from you for a few moments to give you a little peace. All of that healing aspect starts in us. And it starts with one step. How many steps have this group of monks taken? I have no idea. I have no idea. Because if you multiply 99 days, this is their 99th day, by how many miles they can do a day, it's extraordinary. To me, it's extraordinary that each step is taken in a meditative place, in a place that comes from love, a place that comes from peace, and a place that comes from the inner strength of these people showing, I believe, all of the world that each of us has a place here and each of us can do something, because one step becomes two and two steps become three and three steps become more. And then it's not just steps anymore. It's a journey. It's a journey into where we want to take this. Now, these walks of peace have been done all over the world, many different times in many different places. And it's not coming from a place of, let me hold up a sign and tell you how angry I am. And I'm not saying that doesn't have a place in society and whatever, but that's not in their space. Their space is not telling somebody how angry they are. Their place is showing that we can bring peace into an area that is difficult by just being present, by just having the intention, by having the gratitude, and by bringing healing in each of those steps of that journey. Now, it's something certainly I don't think I could do. I give these people a lot of credit, but they're also coming at it from a very different place. That was just a temporary Zoom blitz. It didn't have anything to do with what we were talking about. But it also sometimes those little things in life that we don't expect give us a moment, not to panic, but a moment to stay in the peace and the grounding that we are saying we are. Many of us here and on Zoom say we're spiritualists. It's a word, just like anybody might say they're Catholic or they're Protestant or they're a teacher or they're a bricklayer or mother, father, whatever your titles are. But we don't get that title by just saying that's what we are. We get that title through what we walk and how we walk in that name in that presentation of, I'm a mom, I'm a this, I'm a that. But we've got to walk in that journey to really say, that's who I am. So, as spiritualists, we are all part of the same journey. We're all part of the same family called humanity. That what we do here is important in the fact that if we make a decision has consequences. A decision has something that takes it to the next part that may affect other people. We say that spiritualism is peace. We say that whatever we do, we need to figure it out because we have personal responsibility in these things. All of those things are correct, but we can't truly be and say we're a spiritualist if we don't walk that talk. If we don't say and do what we say we are in anything in life. So in today's service, which is around intention, gratitude, and healing, those words roll off our tongue a lot of times. But what are we doing that shows that's who we are? Do you have to get up and walk 2,000 miles? Maybe. Maybe for some, that's the way to do it. Maybe for some, it's setting an intention for yourself and following it through. Maybe for some, it's gratitude because we have heat today. Gratitude that we were able to get here today. Gratitude that we may have family around, that we may have friends around, sitting in that gratitude. And when we need a hug or we need somebody to work with us to help us, there's an aspect of healing. So let's walk the talk that we say. Let's understand that what is being given to us from seeing these monks walk every day is that the truth is peace does start with us. Peace and love does start with us. So if we're upset about what's going on in the world, what may be going on in your neighborhood, what may be going on in your family, it needs to start here, not there, but here. So if you do get a chance to get caught up with the journey that is going on, see what you think about it. See what you feel about it. See as you watch these monks walking and accepting a flower or accepting a meal, they do it in gratitude. They stop and they look at the person in their eyes and say thank you from their heart, from their peace, from themselves. So again, not that we have to be the same as anybody else, but when it comes to the basic tenets of humanity, let's follow that example. Let's follow starting with peace from us to each other.
Take a slow breath in and let the world soften around you. As we arrive in this moment, we step into a space where the noise of life loosens its grip and the deeper truth of who we are begins to rise. Each of us carries a story, a journey, a set of hopes that quietly ask to be honored. And when we gather like this, in community, in intention, we create something larger than ourselves. Today, may we remember that every breath is a beginning. Every thought is a seed. Every choice is a chance to return to the path that feels most aligned with our spirit. May we release what has grown heavy
May we welcome what brings clarity. May we trust that the guidance we seek is already moving toward us. Let us open our hearts to the possibility that healing can be gentle, that growth can be joyful, and that transformation can happen in the smallest of moments. A kind word, a quiet pause, a shift in perspective. As we move forward from this gathering, may we carry with us a deeper awareness of our own light. Not the loud, blazing kind, but the steady glow that reminds us we belong, we matter, and we are capable of creating goodness wherever we go. May peace walk with us, may purpose rise within us, and may love always lead the way. The reading I have for you today is something I found on Facebook, where I find most of my stuff. This is a poem by Becky Hemsley. I love a lot of her stuff. So, now she disappeared on me. The sky is never just one color. It wakes in a hush of gray, stretches into gold, deepens into blue, and closes the day in a blaze of fire. Even the night, dark and quiet, rests in its own kind of light. The sky never stands still, never stays one thing for long. And maybe that's why we love looking at it. It shows us what it means to change. It shows us that it can be painted in so many different colors, in so many different shades, and in so many different ways. And really, we're not so different. We have our gold, those bright, certain moments when we shine without even trying, when laughter or kindness catches the light just so. We have our blue, calm, steady, thoughtful days when we keep the world turning simply by being there. Then comes the fire, those flashes of passion, anger, courage, the parts of us that refuse to stay small. And yes, there's the dark night too, when everything goes quiet and we can't see what's next. But even then, there are stars. There's always something glowing softly in the dark, reminding us that we're still here, still part of the picture. Maybe that's what the sky's been trying to tell us all along, that no one is meant to be just one thing. We're meant to shift, to blend, to hold contradictions, and still be whole, like the calm amongst the storm or the rainbow against the gray. So let's stop trying to be only one thing. Let's live like the sky does, wild, honest, contradictory, and full of the light we've gathered from every shade we've ever been. Full of light, full of life.
Life is a soul journey. Each of us walks in a path woven by the stars and whispered by the ancestors. Our timing is wild and wise, never late, never early. So trust the unfolding and celebrate each step as a sacred rite.
This is called The Observer, and it was something that I actually wrote myself a while ago. Observe the way the sun rises in the morning so that you can appreciate the light of a new day. Observe the way the moon rises in the dark of night so that you can appreciate some rest. Observe the way that all nature coexists so that you can appreciate community. Observe the way lovers interact so that you can appreciate your partner. Observe the way that a new mother cares for her baby so that you can appreciate nurturing others. Observe the way children play in the park so that you can appreciate the values of friendship. Observe the way a stranger offers a smile so that you can appreciate compassion and kindness. Observe the way you go about your day safely so that you can appreciate your freedom. Observe the way flowers come in many colors so that you can appreciate the beauty. Observe the way you've overcome so many things with grace so that you can appreciate your life. Observe the way your heart beats in your chest so that you can appreciate the gift. Observe the way that God provides all of these things that you can appreciate unconditional love and be a witness to it all. Be the observer.